Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go! Let go!
Third! Let the Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're gonna get the Coppins. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Happy Saturday night to one and all here. Welcome to the AEW Collision Sidecast, June 1st, 2024. We are 6 months into the year already. It's a little bit nuts if you ask me. Normally, you get a little bit of patience and, time starts slowing down a little bit. Not this year. Seems like everything's just going absolutely nuts when it comes to well, frankly, all things wrestling, all things AEW. You got such big announcements coming down the pipe from WWE right now. Not necessarily from them, but a lot of people covering them. Forgive me if I'm looking back and forth here. Because it is a taped show, it doesn't show up on the streaming service until right at 6. So I'll be flipping back and forth towards the TV to see if the show's actually on, because it is actually a pretty good show tonight. Like, I'm looking over this card here, and Kyle O'Reilly, Will Ospreay is going to be our main event tonight, which should be an absolute humdinger of a match for the international title. With this stipulation that Ospreay is now challenging Swerve for the AEW championship, there's a possibility that Ospreay could lose this title at any time. Hell, he could lose it tonight. So you just got to keep an extra eye on that. Also, we got Claudio versus Johnny TV. We got Garcia and Shibata versus the Workhorsemen, which could be a very interesting prelude to what, with all that talk with Hook and Samoa Joe, what happened on Wednesday. There's a makings of a pretty decent faction between those four killers, right? And then you got Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty taking on the West Coast Wrecking Crew, which is making their debut here. I don't know much about them, to be honest. I heard a lot of great things about them. Just the online banter about it. But yeah, it should be a pretty decent show there. We'll have the Cage of Agony in action. We're getting Leo Rush versus Roderick Strong. Fresh off Rush's appearance at Dynamite on Wednesday and also RCW the week before. Sorry, just constantly flipping back and forth. I don't want to miss anything for once. Lord knows I've had that problem a few times. But then also from CMLL, you got Reina Dorada. I don't know if I've seen her before. She's going to be taking out Thunder Rosa. So that should be a pretty decent match. These tape shows seem to not generate a lot of extras because, well, hell, there's scoops everywhere if there was. Which wouldn't really make me feel bad for the fact that, you could have a few surprises here and there. Even if they get leaked, that means people might want to watch them, right? So just going to try logging in one more time here, but with all the announcements coming up this week with contracts running out, contracts getting close to running out, it is a very scary time for us as wrestling fans. Sometimes scary, exciting, sometimes scary, just plain old worrisome. The fact that we got AEW losing talent, we got WWE that could be losing talent. There is a chance that a lot of them re-sign with the same companies they're at, but there is also a chance that they might not, straight up. Oh, there we go. A little late, but okay, it'll be up in a few seconds. Less than a few seconds. We're up now. Yeah, it's going to be a little scary, and you know what? I think the best advice I was given is just go for the ride. See what happens. It's not for us to overly worry about it, you know? There are guys like Tony Khan and Nick Khan, Paul Levesque. They're the ones that are worried about this kind of stuff. Hey, Jay Quick, how you doing tonight? We're starting with an interview tonight. So they're starting with FTR right off the top of the show tonight. How you doing tonight, Jay Quick? I hope everything's going well. I know Saturdays are a little bit all over the place. Had a doctor appointment yesterday, found he had a hernia. I'm almost scared to go to the doctor to see if I have a hernia. When you deal with repair work, if you have a hernia, you're basically out for numerous months. It's just amazing watching all these things that happen during Anarchy in the Arena. But yeah, today, second day back at work. Well, my first shift really didn't stop. I was on call last night. Just dealing with stupidity for the most part, but that just seems to be the norm when you work in retail, right? Oh, they finally got the mics fixed. I do love the old school tee that Dax has on. I'm always a sucker for a baseball shirt like that. Yeah, but you guys fail all the time. Looks like Cash can't bend his neck over it all or his back. Okay. So take note, this was recorded before SmackDown. So yeah, like I said, this is all right. Very generic. What is somebody coming out to break this up, or are we just gonna have the generic promo almost start? All right, so just a generic promo to start. Shivani, I get out of the ring before anything stupid happens. Just a heads up. But yeah, that anarchy in the arena match is just absolutely brutal. If you guys are here on Sunday, you could see what kind of cringe moments we were having with it. Okay. I have to say, I absolutely love this Jack Perry character. Blood, sweat, and fire, huh? So they're showing all this pre-tape stuff. I can tell why people don't really worry about coming up on Saturday because, well, there's just a recap show for the first 10 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be the first 10 minutes by the time this happens. Watch Jack end up being the winner anyway. Oh, geez, we're getting Roderick and Leo Rush already. Tough to see without a title. That was a hell of a match him and Ospreay had at the pay-per-view. The only thing that sucks about him having the first match on the card, paper still gets over because it takes him 4 times to tear it properly. It almost feels like they're doing commentary in post tonight. But it's nice to see that Leo Rush is getting a second night, right? Apparently he had a hell of a fun weekend here in Edmonton with RCW last week. But there's going to be another Edmonton connection here coming up later on in the show. As we check out some of the other talents that'll be in on the card here tonight. Yeah, we're only, 3.5 weeks away from Forbidden Door? It's the first pay-per-view where we're having like real back-to-back months with pay-per-views on them. Like, Roderick should win this, but it should be fun to see how quick Leo can go here. Roderick just laying the boots out. Wow, seven stream streak. Glad I could keep a schedule up so that you know exactly when I'm going to be on here with Jay. Just because, I'm always all over the place the best of times, right? I will be on tomorrow night with a little MLB The Show. Probably with Monday as well. We'll see how Sunday goes. I'm trying to finish off the first season programs, so I have enough to get to the get all the extra perks going into season 2. Plus, I'm looking for those new Toronto jerseys that just came out, which look absolutely sick. And then I'm probably not on Wednesday or on Tuesday. I'll definitely be here Wednesday for the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. That seems to be our staple here, where everybody sits and hangs out for the week, enjoying life and times. And once I get done, I love that. It's like a backdrop driver and he pancakes it out. So basically your momentum gets completely moved around for what you expect. So a little extra shot on the system here. Rusty tried to deal with a hernia thing, so it's being monitored. If it gets bad, I'll need... I hate to say it, but more than likely you'll end up having to get surgery. That's what we find up here is, you usually end up... When it comes to a hernia, we usually end up needing surgery. All right, Taven, you're in Palm Springs. You do not need a jacket, one. Number 2, you don't need his jacket. Ooh, that was stiff. That jacket's... Yeah, well... That's the funny part, because Leo does wear the oversized intentionally, but still. They're in Palm Springs tonight. There is no way they ever need a jacket like that. Those puffer jackets are when you're minus 30 out here. And I thought we were going to get a legit show. We get the US feed, so... Yeah, because since this is taped, they're going to have everything put together, so... I figured that's why the broadcast doesn't come on TSN till like 2 minutes before rather than 15. If they're live, they got to test the feed, right? But yeah, the dealing with a hernia and stuff like that, it's nothing to mess around with, because once you get the hernia surgery, you got to wait a week. Not allowed to lift anything, because even 10 pounds will put undue stress on you. But once it's healed up, you're usually pretty good for a while. I'm just trying to work out that, just trying not to kill myself when it comes to stuff like that, so. But yeah, other than that, like, we've had so many stories go through in wrestling this week. Like, the biggest story, of course, is Jordan Grace and Ethan Page showing up at NXT on Tuesday. Now we got Becky Lynch, who is officially a free agent starting today. And she told WWE point blank that she's taking time off, so whether that is the case or whether she gets signed to AEW and shows up on Wednesday, whatever works her. I'll be happy either way. I know I'm greedy to see her. I like to see her on Wednesdays, but yeah, I'm absolutely hyped for Jordan Grace as well, because Jordan and Roxanne have had matches in TNA before, and they were absolute bangers. But the only difference here is this time Roxanne's going to be the heel and Jordan's going to be the face. It was obviously the other way around last time here, because that was when Jordan was just being a monster to everybody in the Knockouts division. Said there might be a WWE presence against all odds. Wouldn't surprise me. There's got to be something going on there, and I think eventually what it's going to lead to is Bound for Glory having AJ Styles show up. But the other big news out of because Grace issued an open challenge, yeah. Very well could be Natalya that shows up. I think that's probably the biggest one that is most likely. And it's also a good trial for Natalya, because she's another one of those that the contracts are running out. Because TKO has now come down with this possibility that it seems like TKO is trying to sign everybody last minute, right? AJ Styles for a TNA Hall of Fame? Absolutely, that could be it. It would not surprise me one little bit if we end up getting that. I would love to find some way just to get those guys out of there. Well, the crowd's trying to chant for Leo, but there it is. Oh, trying to go for head to heartache. Leo Rush is not just quick, he's sudden. My stomach just said hello. That's always interesting. Leo looking strong out here. I'm impressed. But yeah, now that they're hearing that Chad Gable's on coming loose here and Ricochet's coming loose, everything. Yeah, I see Leo. I see. Oh yeah. Let's not think about Bobby Lashley's ass, okay, Jay? Quick, maybe you just. That's the only thing I remember in that case. The thing I remember most about Leo Rush, and I've told this story before, but I'll mention it again. It was a Canadian Wrestling Elite show here in Sherwood Park, which is about 10 minutes out of Edmonton. Rush had ended up he's on the card. But at the end of the night, the party bus that took the entire roster to the after party and the after show actually forgot Leo. Leo Rush was sitting in my car for about a half hour while we were trying to get him somewhere. I offered to drive him, but he wanted to wait. That's an interesting stutter there. I love McGinnis's comment there. That would have been a stutter if. David getting suckered down, and here comes Roderick's going to move, and that'll be the end of the match here coming up. There we go. You want to go crazy on that, G, quick? If AJ gets to the Hall of Fame, yeah, you could get Kazarian to induct him. I'd like to see 2 inductees. And you want to talk about a Universal play around there? Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. The match that made all 3 of them in one night. That X Division title match in 2005. If you could get Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe the permission from AEW to go induct into the Hall of Fame there. Because they do it a night before, sort of like the way WWE does it. But they just do it in a ballroom instead. Like you could always set it up that you could do the ballroom thing that have somebody else introduce them to the crowd at the live show, right? And the pop for those 2, absolutely. I feel so sorry for Kyle here, wearing his Vancouver Canucks colors. Uh-huh. And of course, we would have known about that if it happened because it was pre-taped. I think somebody would have leaked it if it wasn't. Yeah, if it wasn't one of the producing bands, it would have been definitely one of the. It would have been some fans that would have done it. So. That's something I gotta check out this week, this meal and a match. they get enough pops here, they might actually convince to do it again, right? Sorry, I gotta mute that there because they're advertising poop on TV. But and you know, if Daniels and Joe were asked to give him permission, they'd jump. Absolutely, they would. I think those two would be a class act too to do it. And yeah, it's just crazy to see the crossover going on. I'd love to see TNA be the gateway drug for everybody, right? I'd almost wonder if WWE would veto that, because you know they got to have their finger on everything, right? So it could be a possibility that, you know, WWE says, no, you can't use two AEW guys to put a WWE guy over, even though they did that in Mexico already with FTR and that whole thing with Dragon Lee. If you didn't hear, the night that FTR lost the AAA Tag Team Championships to Lince Dorado, and I do believe not Lince Dorado, Dragon Lee, his brother. That night, Dragon Lee comes in and announces he's signing with WWE right after the match. Real carny stuff that Tony Khan was pissed about. Because literally it ended up being a WWE contracted guy being an AEW contracted guy for a title. So, and then just, oh no, we're done. Titles are going to be handed in. But yeah, it's it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And the big thing about, I think WWE is more willing to work with companies, yeah. Speaking of silly dumb stuff, Swerve's new grill on his teeth. Hey, you know what? He is going to be the hottest man in Compton right now with those teeth. I don't know if you saw it, Jay Quick. Swerve Strickland now has made, like, you know how the Bucks have their title belts for their new sneakers? But they actually have a title belt. It's like a gold type belt for the teeth. So it's like a mouth guard. He's got the title grills too. By the way, good to see you here tonight. He's going to get robbed for his grill. That's just, isn't that a normal thing that goes on? You got to do tag team grills and tattoos and Swerve and MJF. All right, let's just get a random title shot here. Well, Lexi isn't doing that lucky today. So, because he wasn't in the gauntlet, even though he's supposed to, even though he got the luck of the draw screwed up, he still gets a title shot. Let's just not put logic too much together when it comes to wrestling here, okay? Oh, you see a difference in Garcia? He's not wearing the Teddy Hart pants anymore. What's logic? Better yet, You know what you need for an AEW storyline to make sense? And he's got the black towel, yeah. That makes, yeah. So here's my theory right now. And it goes back to what happened here just before the pay-per-view. You got Hook communicating with Samoa Joe about, or Samoa Joe coming out to talk to Hook about that confrontation with Jericho on Wednesday. And before the pay-per-view, Joe comes out and says, what the hell's wrong with you guys? You two should be killers, but you're not. You should be destroying these guys, but you're too busy trying to play it up and trying to be nice. Now you got Shibata and Garcia, both in black trunks. No nonsense. With towels. Great to see Anthony Henry back on our screens here. So, I got a feeling that Anthony Henry he got released so that he could come back on a per appearance deal. They're just going to work the hell out of him, that's all. It's nice to see the Workhorsemen going on here. We're getting the Towel Crew, Joe, Hook, Shibata, Garcia, all with... They're under the table of Mentor Taz, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. But really, when you have Joe there, do you need another mentor? Like, don't get me wrong, Taz is great for advice, but seriously, those guys are just a murderer's row there. Are you sure you really want to kick Shibata? Because when Shibata gets going here, you don't need Google Translate to identify how much of a jerk he is in there. In a good way. Memo, don't kick Shibata. Very well point. Very good point. Yeah, JD Drake has a hell of a story, too. He was the last WWN champion before the whole promotion got bought out by Vince and gang. And that was... WWN was part of the Evolve group of shows. You had FIP, you had Shine. There were 6 different ones together there. Like Dragon Gate, I do believe, was a... somewhat of an affiliate of that. How did you not see that, ref, that trip? Plus MLW has a show tonight. Yeah, absolutely. And if you haven't read the dirt sheets, well, I'm a good source for those for you here. Actually, in attendance tonight at the MLW Battle Riot is... Oh, JD Drake got rocked, so now he can be worked by the doctor. Oh, his knee's gone. Shoot. This match might end a lot sooner than we think it will. What I was mentioning here, Xavier Woods is actually backstage at the MLW show tonight. For me, that's about as close to a forbidden door as you can get. Because there was just three different lawsuits that MLW filed against WWE for poaching talent and such? Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser's in the match, yeah. It makes sense that that Woods would be there. It just, wouldn't it be a hoot if he showed up and all of a sudden you get this viral video of Woods inside the Battle Riot match? Even if he gets eliminated in like 10 seconds, whatever. Oh, that's right. Chris Danger's in there. I forgot about that. Yeah, I know Chris Danger. I actually follow him pretty good on his YouTube channel, and I watched a few of his two matches that he's had so far. He was actually supposed to face Adam Cole. Right, it was supposed to be, I think, the week after Cole had that ankle injury come up. Woods comes out, Danger throws him out. Throws Danger out. I'd almost like to see the other way around. Woods comes out, Danger throws Woods out. Then they go to do the old handshake spot and pull him out. That would be amazing. Then they get battle to the back and set up WWE 2K24 rivalry. Then Danger shows up on Raw. For all the footage they've been using of VTubers and such, YouTubers and Twitch streamers and all that, especially during that CM Punk response there, I could totally figure out that having a guy like Danger there would be a lot of fun. I know you get the follows, especially since he's... Well, the only bad thing is he's part of the AEW game now, right? Which, by the way, if you're a gamer and you haven't played AEW Fight Forever for PlayStation, it is going to be available on PlayStation Plus, I do believe, as of Thursday. So you can try it out for yourself. I think this is perfect for it because it doesn't have a lot. It has more of a quick play event to it, more than a elongated playthrough. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's what is it? It's random times. It is no disqualification, pinfall submission, or throw it over the top rope. We had that stipulation here at Monster Pro when we were running it here. Called it the Eliminator. It was our pay-per-view to highlight the mid-card title. Winner gets the title shot. Okay, that makes sense. The only time I've actually watched a Battle Riot full match would have been the year that, I think it was, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, when Hammerstone won it. I know if you want a lot of good MLW coverage, I know I keep setting them for other things, but our local establishment, Bobby Munson does a great job of covering MLW on there. I know for a time Bobby and I were working together here on my channel, but and the NWA has a show called Back to the Territories to bring it back to me. I'll be honest, I don't watch a whole lot about NWA anymore. Ever since their cocaine incident, it basically, it if you watch The Simpsons at all, it's the hell. Garcia's dancing while Shibata's chopping. All right, that was good. But basically, when it comes to NWA, if you watch The Simpsons at all, when Mr. Burns was running for election, that cocaine incident was pretty much when Monty Burns spit out the fish, the three-eyed fish, that he said he enjoyed. Wow, that was a nice belly to belly. Looked like Drake was going to go for a cannonball. Damn! Gotta love when the big man fly. Double sleepers now. That's Big Fly Flow. They're a little late on the Holy S chants. Uh-oh. There's your PK and your jackknife cover. I love how they work as a team. Shibata's like, nope, we're not going to do anything with him after. I find it funny that they did the pose like that. The front forward gyrations would look a little weird. I'm glad that they changed the camera angle as Garcia was about to dance. Then this double turn here. It's going to be interesting to see what Statlander's like as a heel. Trash. Oh, we finally get Statler. They're back in a match. It's been a little 3-4 weeks, hasn't it, since she's been in a singles match? It's going to be interesting to see what kind of change there is there. Wow, the women's match up early tonight. Is it just me? Like, she's a good enough wrestler, don't get me wrong here, but we'll have to see how things go, but it just feels like she's not connecting with the crowd at all. Compared to the rest of the wrestlers there. Yeah, Thunder Rosa versus Mercedes would be a hell of a match. Like I was saying, I just don't... It almost like she has to force it out of him to cheer for her. And everyone's like, who? Yeah, it's like Thunder and the crowd are not connecting. Like, it's almost like Mikey Rook has got to do something better with this music because this is generic AF. Unless this is their CMLL music. What is that mask? Does she have the Rock on it? Looks like she has Dwayne Johnson on the top of her mask. I'm sure it's not, but it just looks funny like that. I did it for the Rock. I will never forget that Rock impression of Rikishi there when he did that. I did it for the beads. I did it for Triple H. But like I said, she's not connecting with the crowd, but I'd like to give her flowers for all the hard work she's done. Like, she literally put a women's promotion together just so women could get an opportunity to work on their own show. When realistically, there was only one brand doing it for the longest while. Plus a host on Busted Open, yeah. Sorry, I don't follow Busted Open too often anymore. Bully Ray sort of killed me for that. Like, as much as he tries to get over like a certain... Like, Bully tries to get over a certain topic or whatever, he's going for the clicks. And he goes for the popular review, right? Dreamer's bad out there too? Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me either. I'm assuming Mark could be pretty decent on there, but who knows at this point. It's one thing I hate about all these wrestling commentary shows, especially from experienced wrestlers. And it's one thing that I've had to learn and grow about moving forward here. Wrestling can have so many different tastes, so many different thoughts, so many different ways. Oh, you also brought Nick Nemeth? All right. But it almost feels like if you don't do it the old school way of thinking, you're never going to get ahead. Because this worked X number of years ago. Uh-oh. Dominator. Uh-oh. Thunder Rosa does not look impressed. She almost feels like she wasn't supposed to kick out, but she did. She's got to get her promo in there anyway. We knew Thunder Rosa was a little bit. The only way this match would have went any other way is if Purrazzo showed up. The second that her opponent actually went through the face tunnel, you knew it was a face-face fight, so you knew it was pretty much over. Like I said, it's just, I don't know what it is, but Thunder Rosa just isn't connecting with the audience. You can just see it. And it's very frustrating to watch because you want to see good things out of her. You want to see good things out of all the women's division. Even at the pay-per-view, her and Deonna, it almost felt like they couldn't get out of first gear with each other. Then all of a sudden you get that crazy roll-up to finish, and that's how you try to sell a pay-per-view. That's my biggest problem I had with that pre-show match, which honestly isn't that big of a deal. But when you're thinking of it long term, your pre-show matches are there to sell you on the pay-per-view. Having a out of nowhere roll-up that was semi-clean, to me that screams of whatever. And it doesn't scream of, oh, you should watch the rest of what we do here. Then after that, you got the Acclaimed out there, which is a hit or miss to say the best at times here. Yeah, both pre-show matches are mid. You need something there that's going to sell you tickets. And I don't think either one of those would have done that. It's almost like the pre-show match is... Tony's almost doing what... Sorry. Tony's almost doing what the fans told him to do. Because you could remember they always talk about Jay White being on the main card versus the pre-show. I'd rather have a guy like Jay White on the pre-show because he knows how to keep those audience attention. And he could attract them in to become other people to watch, right? That Ospreay was like, wake up! All you gotta see is some makeup. All you gotta do is wake up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be singing like that. For some reason, I keep attempting to sing during these shows, and it just turns out badly for all of us. Me for my voice, you for your ears. So I'm going to try to be a little smart about that. Yeah, they got a real bomb to start, and they just rode it out to the end. Because really didn't have a bad match after, for the most part. Even the Serena Deeb, Toni Storm match was okay. Not going to say it was perfect, but at least, it was decent. And yeah, well, we're 1 week in from the pay-per-view here, and... Oh, KM's in the ring. We got some jobbing to do here. Poor KM, he misses Fala. Bah. Granted, his other two partners probably weigh maybe half of what Bala did. Oh my God. Those two guys working with KM there, is it just me or that's what I was wondering. Like KM, okay, he looks like an actual, he can hang with these guys. The other two, they look like they were just given bicycle shorts and say, let's go. Sorry, basketball shorts, not even. And Brad Cage just said nope. Looks like they just hit puberty. I don't even think they hit it. Oh my, this is gonna be impressive. KM gave him a little help there, but not much. But yeah, this is... Oh God. Danny Rose is going to have a lot of thorns in him right away. Like he says, who better than Cage on this roster? Not many. Cage to me is one of the most unheralded champions, period. And there goes a knee. That just, look. I am very happy that ended quickly. This reminded me of Braun with that jobber. Goody, we got a bot. Wise bot, you did a great job tonight. Sorry, for those that didn't see it in the chat, I got one of those bots that showed up and Wisebot took care of it. Just like that. I hope those guys rented the basketball shorts. Well, it is Palm Springs, so they probably have everything available to be rented. Wait, that's outside Vegas, right? All right. I love Nigel in so many ways. Oh my, that was hilarious. Nigel just always finds a way to do the most sleaziest things in the world, and I love every second of it. That's something that Bobby Heenan would have done. Except he would have been at the ringside there. He would have been halfway down ringside. You want to talk about a fun match? What do you do when you get a guy that can lift anything against a guy that can dance around anything? That's what we got coming up here. The master of parkour, Johnny TV, taking on Claudio Castagnoli. Johnny, you're going... I'd love to see him literally get swung out of the ring. Johnny literally gets swung so far that he flies out of the ring, lands at ringside. I don't think it's going to happen, but this is a good match to start the second hour with. Good to see Ty out as well. Anybody here watch Johnny Loves Taya? I hate those bushy sitcom kind of things. I know Bianca and Montez have one right now. Miz and Maurice had one, or still have one. I wasn't a big fan of them, period. So makes me sick. They have all these couples and relationships and good karma and all that stuff. Gotta love when Taya gets caught playing with her teeth. All right, this is, like I said, this one's going to be... Claudio is deceptively quick for his size. And Johnny's deceptively strong for how quick he is. So this could be a good match back and forth here. But I want to ask you guys, based on what you've seen for... Oh, nice trip. Just wrapped his leg around the ankle of Castagnoli, made him fall backwards. What do you think's more likely to happen? Are we going to get Toni Storm challenging, or Mina Shirakawa challenging Toni Storm? Or are we going to get Toni Storm, Brian May, and Mina teaming up against three people from Stardom? Or Serena Deeb and two others from Stardom, one or the other. So yeah, we still got 2.5 matches left here. And that main event's going to be absolutely insane. I wonder how much time they're going to get. No, Nigel, he just said he shouldn't be a part of it, period. My God, how long is this going to take? See, if they were smart, they'd go to a full commercial break here, then come back and Claudio still got him in the air. I was going to say, everybody go get a sandwich, come back. You still probably got him up in the air yet. Oh, and there's Taya. Ah, swing them both. Oh, that was nice. Just a straight punt to the nuts. Nice little scorpion kick there. Goalies would be proud of that one. Oh, Claudio decided he didn't want to go out real easy. We're back to another commercial break here, but so far, you know, Nothing overly exciting, but nothing really bad. It's just been a decent show tonight. And this first week after a pay-per-view, like I mentioned, it's always, oh God, get them off my screen. Full commercial, let them make out wherever they want somewhere else. I didn't expect anything to be truly over the top this first week, but we had that gauntlet match that was insane, and once again, we're getting Ospreay in the main event here tonight. Leo and Roderick was actually a really good match. And this one's absolutely going bonkers here too. Shibata and Garcia are looking like they're going to be a killer tag team. Which I still feel that's going to be part of Samoa Joe's faction. It'll be Hook, Shibata, and Garcia. You tell me that wouldn't be a murderer's row? Oh, and Strong, they're just advertising Strong going, Roderick Strong versus Timothy Thatcher at Prestige Pro Wrestling out in Portland. That'd be a fun match. Timothy Thatcher's somebody I wish they would bring in a little bit more often here. But the fact that we're getting Swerve and Roderick on Wednesday, that's going to be pretty bonkers if you ask me. Johnny's doing some very fluid movement in the ring here. Even without commentary, it's actually pretty cool how things are set up here. Front face lock once again. These guys just know how to work with each other so well. Like, how many years in the ring between the two of them here? It's got to be somewhere near 40. All right, I think we should be getting out of this right now. Nope. One more commercial out of the picture yet. But once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by here. Just trying to make your Saturday nights a little bit brighter, a little bit smilier, as we watch a little bit of AEW Collision together here. For those that are new here, just pop it in, please hit the follow button. Let you know when I'm on. Try to be on 5 days a week. We're definitely here every Wednesday and Saturday for AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision. And Taya looks like she's been shot or won the lottery, one or the other. I do appreciate Claudio's look, like being the old throwback. Like, he just looks like a plain old bully, right? My God, that would beat most basketball players. That spin there. Close 2 count there. But yeah, watching Claudio go up for his... go for that spin around the referee. I wish that some of my players, when I coach basketball, that they would do some pick and roll like that. Well, referee had to make sure Claudio's shoulders were down. We don't want to make a mistake about that. So it's funny now, WWE is openly admitting that was a botch. They just don't know where they're going to go with it. Said they'd like to run it again. They never said when. So very well, that could be the Mania match out of that, right? Taya. You're an idiot. Taya, you fucked up. You fucked up. And Johnny just decides that to hell with a ring post. And Johnny ain't gonna have kids for a bit. Starship crashed. Oh God. Reverse suplex. Ha! But you left your leg there. Oh. You're not gonna go swinging? And Claudio's like, no, we're going to drag both of them in. To hell with this. Ah, this is the spot. I like this. Shot to the... That's one of the few times that he actually uses a forearm. They've been working to this spot all match, and I love it. Claudio is a master storyteller in there. Like, that is the story of the match there, trying to set up for that swing for so long. Back and forth lariat for the win. He doesn't have broad breaker speed, but you know what? It doesn't matter when you hit that hard. And Johnny looks like he's dead. That was great. Excuse me half a second, chat. Sorry about that. But yeah, What are we watching now? Oh, wow. I was wondering when they were going to get to him. In my opinion, like, one of the best pure wrestlers coming out of the last... All right, where are we going here? We're introducing a new trio. Okay, so yeah, the premier, not a new trio, just giving them a fresh coat of paint. I love it when they do vignettes like that, though. For teams that haven't been around for a while, like, and Woods to me, like, I'm not going to say he was the greatest pure champion ever, far from it. But he was also one of the greatest ones in the last little bit of time here. So, right before Sinclair got bought out, he was one of the final champions before they eventually sold to Tony Khan. Cameron, how the heck you doing tonight? You feeling any better? I know it's that time of year and everybody's getting sick. So you had your own flu game today. Struck out 20 while having the flu? Don't tell me you were taking on 12-year-olds today. Because, then, it sort of misses the mark completely. Had to wear a mask while you're pitching. Wow. Well, I guess, if it's still working, it don't matter, right? Number 1 ranked team. Let's go. The coach wants you to join them. It's all about choice, sir. It's all about looking towards your future, right? That's one of the big things. Because I know a lot of people, they're all over the place when they decide what they want to do. But Cameron went 2 for 2 with 2 bombs. Nice. Seems like the perfect game for you tonight, sir. So just so you know, I will be playing MLB The Show tomorrow night if you're interested. We're going to be, barring anything weird going on, we'll be doing the Blue Jays Conquest to see if we can get those sweet Toronto jerseys. We're going to be wearing some different threads tomorrow as I prepare our new threads for Season 2 here. Or are you going to the Red? I'll be on tomorrow night. So, do the Red Sox play a night game or a day game? Well, I'm glad you go to the Sox. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Okay, so yeah. I'm probably not going to be on until about your time, maybe 8 o'clock or 8 or 9 o'clock, so I'll be around. But you get on the Monster, let's go. Make sure you're catching some balls up there. It's interesting how they were able to sell those Monster seats, right? It's a hell of a spot to get to. Let's just hope the Sox don't act like the Jays today and end up getting bombed by Pittsburgh. It was funny. I was watching Game Time Art stream last night. Oh, I love this. I love this team here. Fun fact, after this match that's coming up that you're going to see here against Shane Taylor Promotions, you're going to see Royce Isaacs actually flew out to Edmonton for a show last night. So and from what I hear, he had a humdinger of a match against Larry Woods for the LPW Championship. Yeah, I get like Royce is great. I know that Melball and Andre are absolutely over the moon with these two. Jade's like, no, we're gonna end this quick tonight. I wish they wouldn't get the ring treatment, even if they had to come out first. This is going to be a very fun first part of the match here with Royce and Lee. As long as they give, or are they just going to completely job them out? Never mind. Well, they got one move. Oh, God. All right, 2 moves. All right, they're getting it. They're getting a little momentum. I love the tag team action together. These guys know each other's moves. They went through the cycles together. Life is going good there. But yeah, as we get into this, I'm sort of trying to study a little bit what's going on here with the West Coast Wrecking Crew. We've seen a lot from Lee Moriarty. Like, that class of him and Garcia, one of the best coming through here at AEW. Just glad that he's starting to get a little bit more TV time with the inclusion of Collision here. And this crowd doesn't know what to think. That's hilarious. All right, well, that sucked. This is where Taylor gets tagged in, and now we're going to see some beats. Nice little knee. Oh, yeah, Isaacs is in trouble. I love Taylor. That is amazing right there. The technical portion of this match is over. Whack. Do not. Royce. Got to get that little flip in there just to get in the ring a little easier. Taylor ain't going down on that drop kick. Neither on that one. What the hell are they working on up there? It's like every time I get a free night, these guys are working on something upstairs with a drill. Try for it. Oh, God. Taylor just saying, no, we're not doing that anymore. I love how Taylor just gives directions. Yeah, deal with him so we can finish this. If the West Coast Wrecking Crew could get this upset here, I don't think they should, because Shane Taylor deserves a win. Oh, God. No, that's done. Nope, we're done. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate ya. Jensen! Wow, Shane Taylor just annihilated Jarrell Nelson from the West Coast Wrecking Crew. I guess that's why... and Agogo just knocked out Royce Isaacs all the way to LPW. Hey, Kayla, how you doing tonight? It's been a decent night. I'm not going to say great, but decent night here at AEW. We're getting Shane Taylor Promotion just had a hell of a victory here. Had a great match between Leo Rush and Roderick Strong. Shibata and Garcia were working together again tonight. Take out the Workhorsemen. Had Claudio and Johnny TV had a hell of a match. Ah, good old Titty City. And Luchasaurus is pissed. Sorry, Killswitch. Whatever. I was waiting for these guys actually to do something, but Killswitch just killed them out. Oh, they got this Texas run that they're doing. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do here. It's starting in next month after the collision taping in Calgary. They're going to be doing 5 weeks in a row down in Texas here. Which I personally think is smart. Put it someplace where you're not going to have an overly big attendance. Yeah, they do it 5 weeks in a row at the same building at the Texas Esports Center. They got 6 shows in 5 weeks there. I find it's a little smarter because, well, best example you give is what happened last year on their Canadian tour. No WWE GM No, we wrapped up season 1 last week. I said we're going to give it a month to breathe a little bit. Gonna ask you to see the Jays. Oh, God. I saw it as it came along here during the day while I was at work. I saw the score and I'm like, ugh. Ugh. Maybe they gave up all their pitchers in the 14 innings last night or something. I don't know. But while we got a split second here, and we're probably going to get a 30-minute absolute barnstormer of a match, I'll get back to my GM talk in a second here. Just want to give a special shout out today. One of our members here at Backbreaker Media has a birthday today, so she's actually over at a Real Canadian Wrestling show here in Edmonton, which doesn't surprise me. She goes to most of the local shows in town. Just want to wish Melball a happy birthday today. I don't know how old she's turning. You never ask her when her age, because, well, if you do, that's probably the response you're going to get. But, yeah, happy birthday, Mel. And, yeah. It's been great working with her, and it's going to be great working in the future with her as well. So, but yeah, getting back to the comments here. Clearly, the Pirates got a better night's rest. Well, I think it's the fact that we used more pitchers up, and our starting pitcher was just horrible. Ugh. But, and Cameron, in regards to the GM mode, what I'm thinking is I'm going to take the month of June off for it. We could focus on, and I know I got to talk to Kayla, and I know I got to talk to Vic. We got to get this, how the ref would book Series 1 done, which like I said, I have to make sure that all 3 are able to do it. And Kayla, you're probably the one that I'm going to be worried about most because you haven't watched enough AEW, I don't think, to understand everything going on. So, and then we'll probably fire up season 2 back in July here, but I want to give us a month here to work on that. And listen, I'm catching. Yeah, I know, but this is CM Punk era stuff you got to catch up on. So that's why that's why I have to ask you whether you can. Basically, we've been asked by many people in the group to do the Fallout for Brawl Out. And to book it to make it a little bit more pleasing than what happened here. In the end, it looks like it turned out okay for all parties, but you have to do All Out for Brawl Out without firing Punk. So, if we could put that together and sort of figure it out, I want to make sure everybody can do it. Give you some ideas, and yes, as wide open as it gets, it's probably going to be somewhat easy to do. But the reason I want to give me a little bit of time here is because once the videos come in, I would like to add a few graphics to it. They're giving Ospreay O'Reilly 30 minutes. 30. 3-0. You tell me they don't like this guy? And like I was mentioning, now that they have Ospreay versus Swerve lining up for Forbidden Door now, or it might not be because, well, if you missed it during earlier the show, they actually had Roderick Strong barged in because he was the next entrant in the Gauntlet Battle Royal, but he never made it out because the first pinfall happened by Ospreay. So Roderick complained, and now he's got a title shot against Swerve on Wednesday. So we're getting Roddy versus Swerve on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure Swerve's going to win, but you never know. They could pull the Swerve on us. You get that one? But, I've always thought Ospreay should come out second. Just to keep the momentum going as we go along. Because now Kyle O'Reilly's going to come out and the whole mood's going to go, all right, but it's still going to settle in the middle, right? If you can keep it fired up. And as far as I'm concerned, let's see what color tights he's got. Yep. He's wearing the blue and green. He should be coming out of the heel tunnel. I would not want to wear Vancouver tights just because Vancouver Canuck tights or a shirt because, you know, that associate yourself with losers. Losers. But, and I'm not always saying that because tomorrow night we can punch our ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals, but, you know, just saying. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun, this matchup. Lots of time, yeah. But yeah, I expect this match to be a classic. AEW, he's undefeated AEW. Nobody wants Riley to win here. Hopefully O'Reilly can change their voices on it, because it sucks that we don't have Adam Cole here to be a bit of a foil to O'Reilly because of their past and whatnot. And apparently Adam Cole's going to be a while before he comes back. That's why they did that segment with MJF at the pay-per-view. Sort of try to wrap a bow on a feud that might not happen for a long time here. But yeah, you got to imagine Kyle O'Reilly and Will are just in heaven right now. The fact they get 30 minutes, they basically get a pay-per-view run time to do their match. And I do have to ask you guys and girls and everybody, Ospreay's tights. With the fact he got all the sparkly on him and also the flags that he's been and promotions he's been a part of. What do you think of that? Because I think the sparklies sort of take away from the flags. Normally, when you have a pair of tights, you want things to pop, you want things to stand out. That's why most people don't wear the sparkly type. I'm glad it makes them look different, but I would like to be able to see those flags a little more predominantly. I love how Shivani's finally getting into the analyst role a little bit more here. Now that they've taken Excalibur out of this, and basically it's just Toni and Nigel going with it. I would like to see Ian Riccaboni be added to it, but with everything going on here with Kevin Kelly, I don't know if we'll see Riccaboni here for a while. At least until that's all settled. I guess Kevin Kelly made a lot of accusations about why he wasn't going to be there. I'll be honest, when it comes to Kevin Kelly's commentary in AEW, I wasn't very impressed. More so for the fact that we hit our picture here, so more so for the fact that he it almost seemed like he didn't take time to learn a lot of the moves that they do and what they're called and a lot of the specifics about a wrestler. It's almost like he's calling a show raw. I know I've done that millions of times and I got my ass roasted over it. Because you have wrestlers are trying to get over certain points of their characters and whatnot. And a lot of that has to do with the commentary. And if you're not getting it right, they absolutely are not okay with it. O'Reilly tried to go for a suplex there, and Ospreay just hit him in the back of the head. And it almost like Ospreay's going to start playing heel a little bit. It's funny, we haven't seen Ospreay as a real heel here in AEW. I know he's did an absolute fantastic job of it in New Japan there with the United Empire. Sorry, I got a little distracted for a second there. There's a whole bunch of building on my balcony, or on my neighbor's balcony above me here. I'm going to have to see if they left any remnants over here. Blue Jays, oh. Where is it?
No, please, no.
Yeah, those Blue Jays took an L.
Aww.
Cameron, I'd agree with you that they won big last night. Unfortunately, I would also have to say that they should have won it 2 innings earlier. Because in the 12th, they held the Pirates scoreless, and there's no reason you shouldn't get a run in your half of the inning in that case. 1 bunt, 1 sac fly, game over. They had that twice, and they couldn't do it. So, yeah. I kind of figured the Blue Jays would take a big L today just because they don't have the pitching available. As we get back involved in the main event here. Oh, wow. Ospreay tried to set up for that Oz cutter, and O'Reilly just kicked his leg from underneath. That was pretty awesome. Now O'Reilly's going with that little anger. I love it when these wrestlers get intense, even if they're both faces. I would love to see Ospreay come out, or Strong come out here and just root it for Kyle. Sort of set up that feud going forward. I know they've already had the match, but they can always have it again. But once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by here tonight. I truly do appreciate it. Saturday nights late. Usually a lot of people are going out on the Saturdays or have plans. I'm glad you made your plans to be a part of tonight's festivities here. So once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. Garcia has been saying that he's been wanting to go after that international championship. Or just go whine to Tony Khan. That's what Roderick did. You got a world title shot on Wednesday. Nice Itsuguri. Beautiful Styles forearm there. He'll have some feeling as soon as things get heavy. Oh, so we're going to get so they are getting all 20. The last 5 minutes are going to be with Swerve, so that makes sense. Nigel's got to see. He's not doing the Tiger Driver. He's doing a Stormbreaker. Ospreay just tried to protect his leg any way possible and still didn't help. That looks ugly bent to me. Ow. I don't know what hurts worse, the chest or the knee for that one. Don't want to use the Kimura term just because it's made fit. It's more known to some other wrestler right now. I like this. The fact that Will's getting challenged. Wow. That was like a level of Dante Martin kind of leap over that one. Ospreay using those ropes all the time right now. what we got here. Probably we got 15 minutes left of the show, so probably got about 10 minutes left of this. For these guys, it's an eternity. He was going to take a drink of water, and all of a sudden he realizes it's Woo energy. It's like, yeah, screw that. Oh, there's commercial break number 2 right now. O'Reilly looks like $1,000,000 in this match, and I'm so glad to see it. Despite the Vancouver Canucks colors, of course. Ospreay has this way of making everybody look good in the match that he's in. He's 100% right now. It's going to be interesting to see when he takes his test against some other wrestlers that aren't as potent as what Kyle O'Reilly, Swerve Strickland, Roderick Strong. You got to admit, those guys are out of pretty high pedigree. Even Takeshita's on there too. I'd have to say especially, not even, just especially. It's going to see how good wrestling a broomstick. That's one of the famous phrases they have, right? But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on here. As you can see, Ospreay fired back up here. As you get a momentary cut down here, and Ospreay's in a lot of trouble. Let's not even kid ourselves here. Now O'Reilly just taking his time. It's almost like he wants me to do an ad break right now. Since I didn't get a chance to do it earlier, let me do a quick plug here while we got a sec here. Schedule for this week. Tomorrow we're going to do MLB The Show 24. It's Double XP weekend as well as Toronto City Connect weekend. So we're going to do the quest to see if we can get those jerseys. Maybe a couple more quests. We'll see. I got a couple programs to finish that I want to do before Friday. So Monday is a little TBA based on how we do on Sunday. Might bring out the Fight Club. Might be back on MLB just to wrap things up on that end. And Wednesday we'll be back here with AEW Dynamite. Thursday will be Tears of the Kingdom once again. As we start to work towards finishing off the game. I'd assume we're probably about a third of the way done, maybe a little more. And next Saturday we'll be here for Collision, but other than that, a little bit of the rest is on the air, up in the air. I gotta confirm some things tomorrow to get the rest of the schedule for the week done. So. But that was the Tiger Driver 97. Not the Tiger Driver 91. '91 is sort of a pile driver. 97 is more of a power bomb. Kyle just one step ahead in this match. All right, that sucked. Right in the armpit there. Kick to the head. What does he have in mind? He's this close. Oh, he's going to do a 450. O'Reilly does it again. I love it. Axe kick, super kick, slip. Oh my God. Ospreay just said, nope, we're going to get back up and do this again. Without even flinching. All right, folks. I know we can talk a little bit more about the... Oh! Block the Oz cutter right into an armbar. That is great. I didn't want to talk about too many of the free agents coming up, but frick. If we could get Ricochet out of WWE over here to take out Ospreay again, you tell me that wouldn't be a little bit amazing? There's a full extension right there. Need the match, but have they ever tagged before? That would be a sick team. I don't know if they have. If they did, it would have been out of the Indies. If Ospreay ever got Ricochet as a tag partner, oh boy. Like, if you got a chance to see on Wednesday when Ricochet was in the, when Ospreay was in this Gauntlet Battle Royal, in that little speed up section they had with like Leo and some of the luchadors, it's like, I guess I want some more. But yeah, we got to be getting close to the finish here, just because if they're going to have Swerve talking, there is no overrun on Collision, so thank goodness on that. Nope, Stormbreaker. It's the same setup. Oh my goodness. The match everyone talks about between Dead's Friend Defiant? Yes. Because the WCPW guys absolutely let them go loose and do whatever they want. Are they both out? Oh, it's that sequence that everybody talked about that, you know. Now they're literally just butting heads like goats. We got a Billy Goat. We got a Billy Goat and a Kyle Goat. I love this. The fact that we can sit back and watch a 25 minute classic like this, it's probably going to get close to 30 minutes. Because this one started at the bottom of the hour, so. And once again, like I said, enjoy what you like. The reason I like AEW is the fact there isn't many breaks in between. There's always a match followed by a match, and then there's another match. Stunner! Oh my God, here we go! Missed the rebound. Hidden Blade! No! It's like, screw it, let's go Stormbreaker. Good night. It went so fast that Shivani even forgot the name. Ospreay wants the doctor to check his arm. Doc's like, all right, you're good, you're good. I know you're faking it. Let's go. Kyle's that ultimate story of never weighed the big one. And that's where they're playing out here. And the fact that he's by himself. Gotta wait for the handshake. There's gonna be a handshake. There has to be a handshake. So I tell everybody AEW, the spirit of competition. There's not enough time to do the turn right now, so they're not going to. They might. But it doesn't make... Oh. He's like, don't slap my arm. All right, are we going to hear from Swerve or not? Well, I got 2 minutes left. All right, well, this is going to be interesting to see here. Like, Kyle's got this story building of just can't win the big one, right? Couldn't beat Malachi, couldn't beat Will. So Will want to talk to the crowd, but Swerve's going to get the final promo of the night.
Swerve Strickland's All Elite Wrestling World Championship. We're going to be doing this on Forbidden Door in Long Island by the end of June. And Forbidden Door is a little bittersweet for your world champion. This is going to be my first time actually being on the main card. The year before, kickoff show, victorious. The year before that, kickoff show, also victorious.
Oh, so you got the Jay White treatment.
Billy Goat himself, Will Ospreay, steal the show. You're so great. You're so goated. You have yet to main event the pay-per-view. I have. About to multiple times. Almost feels like we complement each other very well. We need each other well.
I just want to see them do the dancing with each other.
I love how people think they could just walk around, go to the offices, demand things like an opportunity in me. Like I'm just so easily accessible. Roderick Strong, you are a hell of a competitor. You are aggressive as I've ever seen or been in the ring with. Just because you got rid of Leo Rush the way you did earlier tonight. Yeah, I watched, I seen. Doesn't mean you could just walk up and demand yourself an opportunity at this. No. You are no longer the gatekeeper of pro wrestling. You are no longer the bully that can just beat around young.
I love the gatekeeper theory because that actually was what he was in ROH.
I'm gonna beat that ass now. I'm gonna give you what you want. Me, I'm gonna be the world champion. After I get rid of Roderick Strong, you're gonna see me at that door.
Oh, it's gonna be fun watching these next few weeks here with Swerve Strickland, with Swerve and Rod on Wednesday. Then I'm going to guess we're going to get Swerve and Ospreay as a future match at Forbidden Door, which is going to be amazing. I am a little scared that the main event might end up being a little bit of a hiccup there at the end. Like, we can talk about that close to the pay-per-view, but I don't see how Swerve loses, yet Ospreay, I don't feel Ospreay should lose either. That's the biggest dilemma we got right now going into that Forbidden Door match. Like, neither one of these guys should really lose. So I'm thinking there might be some kind of schmaz in there, and it could be MJF involved. It really could. He is the hometown boy. He is looking for that title. And you very well could get Swerve MJF for the world title at Wembley. There is a way to do that. Or you might do that in Chicago. And this is saying I've heard that's been an interesting thought that, once again, we can talk about it as we get closer to the pay-per-view and things get sorted out a little bit. There is a possibility that the world title doesn't get defended at Wembley. There is a possibility that the international title could main event the show. And if that's the case, yes, I do know that the stipulation for the Owen Hart tournament is for the champion at All Out. Actually, no, that makes sense now. He booked himself in a hole there. Yeah, I had a theory and it got quashed all in about 20 seconds. That's great. Anyway, that tells me that it's time I should say goodbye here tonight. So